Dru's next restoration job is a classic car from the 1980s, though not exactly roadworthy just yet. Throughout the communist era, Russian car manufacturer Moskvich had a sideline producing these children's pedal cars. They were extremely expensive and only the Soviet political elite could afford them. The mechanics are broken and the wheels wonky. But Dru believes that with some careful restoration, this car could turn a profit.
The Moskvich pedal car we have here was bought for one very good reason, and that is just the colour. The red paint on it is super. It really will look beautiful and be a bit of fun to use for people once it's all put back together again.
In the driving seat for this restoration is Gavin Bartlett, a multi-skilled craftsman who has worked with Dru for over 15 years.
Gavin's somebody who got a great skill set. I'm really lucky, blessed to have him around. He pretty much does everything. Come and have a look at this. Loads of problems, but a nice straight body. But I just really like the colour. What I am all about really is patina and original surfaces and paints and things like that and textures, and that one really has it all. It would be an absolute crime to paint that. I want to retain all of this original paint, but everything else I want you to get as clean as a whistle.
Okay.
Or almost make it like new,
yeah.
But then leave all the body.
Is it going to be restored to be used again by a kid?
Yes, yeah, it has to work.
For sharp edges.
It probably won't be used by a child again, but make it safe so that it can be.
Yeah,
yeah?
Okay then.
So, there you go, all yours. Crack onto it when you've got a minute.
Okay, mate. Cool.
Go
on. Right, time to start stripping the parts off so we can get to work on it.
Gavin begins by dismantling the car so he can restore the internal engineering.
It's important to keep all the parts together because it's got to go back together in the same way it came apart.
He soon discovers that a key part of the mechanism is missing.
This attaches to the pedals on the rear axle, so when you pedal, it makes the wheels turn. We never had this before, so we've had to make this new. And now that's attached, you can see how the pedals make the rear wheels work. As one pushes forward and the other one goes back.
The task now is to rebuild the car, restoring each worn-out part in turn, while being sure to preserve the aged red paint Dru loves.
Just hope it works when the wheels are on.
Craig's used MDF to make backing boards for the brand new rear seat. For the upholstery, he's chosen a mid-brown vinyl to create a classic car look.
I want this to look quite plush and quite deep, but obviously within proportion. Because it's only a small seat, I can't do it too thick. So I've just put this extra layer of half-inch soft foam in between it. And then I'm going to sew right through the lot here, and that'll give me the nice fluting, padded appearance we're looking for. If you try to sew any normal foam through a machine, it'll either chew it up or it'll jam in the machine. The idea of this scrim foam is it has a nylon backing on it that allows it to go through the machine and stops it chewing up as well. Compared to what this was like before I started with that metal seat, this looks really comfy now. So some child in that is going to be pedalling along on it. And it's got that classic car look with a fluted back on it. It's come up really well. Right, so this is going over to Gav next. Hopefully he'll do my upholstery some justice.
Earlier build models of the Soviet-era Moskvich pedal car were luxurious, sporting padded vinyl seats, chrome bumpers and side strips. Reports suggest production ran into the hundreds of thousands, though nowhere near that many have survived to the present day, owing to corrosion from the harsh Russian climate they had to survive. Having temporarily removed Craig's new upholstery, Gavin starts work on bumpers, grille and wheels, aiming to keep the worn look of the body intact.
The wheels need completely respraying, so I'm getting them off so I can work on them separately.
Burnishing with a wire wheel to remove the loose rust, Gavin uses an etch primer, designed to prevent further rusting and prepare the surface for painting.
Top coat's going to be enamel white, so it'll be exactly the same as it was before, but just in better condition. Key to doing the spraying and things like this is just do it little and often. Don't go all in, get it all done in one go. Just keep coming back to it and back to it. It'll dry in about 5 to 10 minutes. So just come back and back and back until you get the desired finish.
There's also a new coat of black for the bumpers.
That looks good, that.
And some polish for the chrome.
It's not over-restored because we're not over-restoring the car.
But it's the dented bodywork that will need the most careful restoration, as Gavin will have to preserve the worn paint look that Dru thinks is key to this car's saleability. In Gavin's workshop, the restoration of the Russian toy car continues.
On this side of the car, it's got a slight little dent in the top.
Testament to its years as a much-loved children's toy, the bodywork needs bending back into shape.
It's looking good, that. Straight as a die, straight on the other side now.
Gavin finishes off the renovation with a light colour polish.
Right, now we can start piecing this thing back together.
3 days ago, this miniature motor had reached the end of the road. Its mechanics busted, its trims corroded. Now the once dented bodywork has been panel bashed whilst preserving its perfectly aged patina. Craig's new upholstery seating is inserted and wheels, grille and bumpers have been paint sprayed and polished up.
It was an interesting restoration. It's been fun. I don't get them very often when I do, but it's kind of nice to do something different, really. It wasn't functioning when it came in, but now it does work, so it can be used as a toy, but I don't think it will be.
It's a really good decorative piece, so I should see it fetching 250-ish, done. I've sold tons of these things. They go to all sorts. Generally, it's dads buying them for their kids because they remember having one or wanted when they were a child. It should sell well and easily as well because they're not expensive.